Saturday. Good morning, scholars. I hope you had an amazing break and you ate lots of turkey and you had lots of fun. I know that I did. It was a gobble gobble day on Thanksgiving. So let's get back to work and get these last few weeks of school in and get ready for Christmas break. All right, our objectives for this week. 5.68. I will describe incidents that advance a fiction story, and I will explain how these incidents foreshadow future events. That's the first objective that we'll be covering. And then we'll do the all too familiar figure 19D. I will make inferences about a fiction text. So, have you noticed something different? I'm going to tell you what it is. This whole time we've been focusing on nonfiction, but guess what? When we get back, we're punching fiction in the face and we're hitting it hard. So there's a couple of vocabulary words that I need you to understand, especially for your homework and for this week. So the first word I want you to understand is the word plot. And a plot is a pattern of events in a story or a novel. So this word here, plot. So an author writes a story by linking events or incidents to form this type of pattern. The incidents stem from actions the characters take or form outside from outside forces. So some events cause other occurrences like an action or a reaction. And they might talk about action or reaction in science. Ms.Owens may talk about that, so you might be a little familiar with that. Other incidents may foreshadow. Now, foreshadowing is a hint at future events. So a lot of times you see a lot of foreshadowing when you're reading mystery novels or horror novels. They really have a lot of foreshadowing. But what you'll learn this week is that every fiction text has a bit of foreshadowing in there. And we'll get to figure out what those hints are to kind of see what the author's trying to tell us. Identifying incidents. An incident is anything that happens in a story. So I'm going to read you a passage below in my text here. And I want you to think about the different incidents that they're talking about in this text. Okay, ready? Let's go. Elmore lifted the rotted tree trunk. I'm going to call this Elmore's tree trunk. Holy moly! He gasped a few seconds later. In the black dirt beneath the log lay a mound of old silver coins, each twice the size of a quarter. A bird shrieked, "Ah!" and Elmo looked around the woods. He replaced the log. He began to walk home. His heart was racing. As he did, Bishop, his rival, sneaked down the hill toward the log. Okay, so then I have a few questions for you after I finish that. The first question I'm asking is, what is the major incident in the event? What is the major incident in the event? And then the second question I want you to think about is, what major event happens next? Now remember these questions because you're going to have to need them for homework. So the first question is, what is the first major incident or event? And the second question is, what major event happens next? Notice that each event could lead to further incidents. In fact, the first incident here may have brought about the next one. Interesting. This is how readers find plot events or incidents. They identify events likely to cause another. So let's talk a little bit about foreshadowing. Evaluating incidents in a story. Suppose you're reading a novel and you come across a passage like this one. Okay, listen carefully, scholars. The footsteps scuffle behind her. Scuffle means move really quickly, kind of like mice, they scuffle across. As Ellie stole her way along the buildings, a black cat darted through the shadows. It meowed, meow. But it was such a pain or hurtful sound. Ellie tiptoed down the stairs of a basement apartment, scraping her knee. Then everything went quiet. No steps. She turned to look up at the street and knocked over a trash can with a clang. Boom! The faint steps started again. Boom, boom, boom. That sounds like a good story to me, and I call this one Ellie's Black Cat. You can evaluate events in a passage like this or any other. So I want you to look at this chart and see how it tracks plot incidents in the passage. So here are the incidents. The first one, Ellie moves in the shadows. The second one, the black cat darts by her. The third one, Ellie hides downstairs. And the fourth, Ellie knocks over a can. So these are possible future events. So this second one here, the black cat darts by her, it may foreshadow doom or something bad to happen. So think about when I was reading this. When I read about the cat darting by her, did you kind of take a breath? Did you think, what's going to happen next? That's you foreshadowing that doom may happen. Or look at number 4, Ellie knocks over a can. A person may catch Ellie. That's what you might think will happen after she knocks over the can. So footsteps start again, and then you think, whoa, someone may catch her. Something's wrong. Now, I want you to notice that incident 1 and 3 do not cause for foreshadowing future events. 1 and 3, nothing's happening there. They simply happen. They have no direct effect on the plot. But notice that incident 2, the black cat, it may foreshadow doom. And now look at incident 4, the trash can falls with a clang. So now I want you to think, and you're going to need this for your homework. What does such an event often cause in scenes with someone hiding? What does such an event like incident 4 often cause in scenes with someone hiding? So those are the things you want to think about. So here's your homework for this weekend. This is part 1 of your homework. I want you to go on my website and submit the definitions of these words: foreshadow, plot, and incident. Now you're going to have to go back and rewind in the video to find out those definitions again so you can get those accurate. Not a dictionary definition, the definition that Ms. Owens gave. The words are foreshadow, plot, and incident. Homework part 2. I want you to type these questions and answers and then submit them on my website. So thinking about the story, Elmore Tree Trunk. Here's the first question. What is the first major incident or event? So you might have to go back and listen to that story again. Here's the second question. What major event happens next? So you're going to type those questions and type in those answers. And then here's the last part of that. And go back to the story, Ellie's black cat. Think about incident 4. The trash can falls with a clang. What does such an event, and that's this event, what does such an event often cause in scenes with someone hiding? Good question. What does such an event often cause in scenes with someone hiding? So again, that homework is to write down the definition of those 3 words and then to answer those 3 questions. 2 of the questions come from the first story and 1 of the questions come from the second story. So I want that all typed up and submitted to me. And these are things you need to remember for Monday. Your progress reports are due back signed Monday, and I sent those home, so I want those back signed. Second, your parent selection Thanksgiving packet is due, and you had all Thanksgiving to get that done. Third, your problem and solution persuasive essay is due, written out nicely. And then lastly, your Prodigy essay, for the Prodigy students, that same problem and solution persuasive essay is due to me typed. So get those all to me, scholars, and I will see you on Monday, bright and early, ready to learn. Have a great weekend. Bye.